Hey friends, happy Sunday and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor and I share What's for Dinner videos just like this every Sunday to hopefully motivate you to cook for your family and give you some new meal ideas. So if you like these kinds of videos, I hope you will subscribe down below. Now let's go ahead and get into this week's What's for Dinner. Friday night we had these roasted brats with peppers and onions. So I'm starting off here by making like a little vinaigrette to put on the brats and like the peppers and onions. So I'm mixing together 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a tablespoon of red wine vinegar, a half a tablespoon of stone ground mustard, some garlic powder, salt, and pepper. I'm going to whisk that together really well. Then on a sheet pan, I have sliced up some bell peppers and onions, and then I'm adding on my brats, and then I'm going to drizzle that vinaigrette all over everything and then toss it around to coat it really well. Then I put this in the oven on 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Then after 20 minutes, I took it out, tossed everything around again, and then put it back in the oven for another 25 minutes. Then once it came out, it was ready to make our little sandwiches. I've got some deli style rolls and I opened them up, put a brat in there with some peppers and onions, topped it with some cheddar cheese, and then put this back in the oven to get it nice and toasty and melted for about 5 minutes. And then I just served this with some baked beans on the side and some chips, and my plate actually doesn't have any chips because I was snacking on chips while I was making dinner. But this turned out delicious and I will definitely make it again. Saturday night we tried another new sheet pan meal. This is a lemon chicken sheet pan dinner. Starting off here by making a little olive oil mixture. I'm combining half a cup of olive oil with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, crushed red pepper flakes, a tablespoon of lemon zest, and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and whisk that together really well. The recipe for this will be linked in the description box down below, so you can go check that out and get all of the exact measurements. Then I am using different potatoes than what the recipe called for. It called for some Yukon Gold potatoes that you dice, but I'm using these little nibble potatoes, so they didn't take as long to cook as the ones in the recipe. So what I did is I added the potatoes and my broccoli to my bowl, and then I use about half of that oil mixture and put that all over the potatoes and broccoli and toss them really well. Then I'm going to get them on a sheet pan and in the oven on 425 for about 25 minutes. While those were in the oven, I started working on my chicken. I've got 4 chicken thighs here, and I'm going to season them on both sides with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. And then I'm going to cook them in some hot oil in a large skillet just for a couple minutes per side. I think I did like 4 minutes per side just to get a nice sear. Then after the 25 minutes, my veggies came out of the oven and I put the chicken thighs on the pan with them and then drizzled the rest of the marinade, like oil stuff, over top of the chicken and over the veggies, and then put this in the oven for another 25 minutes or until the chicken was cooked through. At the very end, I did broil this for like 2 minutes just to get the skin on that chicken nice and crispy on top, and this was really good, really easy. Everything is on one pan, minimal dishes, and I loved it. It was really good. I will definitely make this one again too. Sunday was Father's Day, so I made some steak and scallops because that's something that Andy loves. So here I've got 3 little steaks and I'm seasoning them on both sides with some salt and pepper, and I made sure to bring those out of the fridge like 20 to 30 minutes before I intended on cooking them because it's best to bring them up to like room temperature before cooking. Then I've got a skillet here and I'm heating up a little bit of oil and butter to cook my steaks, and I'm just going to put them in the hot oil and cook them for about 5 minutes per side, flipping only the one time. And then one of these steaks was kind of thick on one side, so I had to like kind of cook that little side too. But you really want to use like a meat thermometer and know like what temperature you like your steak to be done. We like ours like medium, so that is why I do 5 minutes per side. And then I'm also cooking up the scallops. I'm doing the same thing. I took them out of the fridge. I dried them off. I'm seasoning them on both sides with some salt and pepper. And then I've got another skillet and I am melting some butter and heating up some oil to cook up my scallops. And scallops are really quick. So like while my steaks were resting, that's when I worked on the scallops. They just take 2 minutes on the first side and then about a minute on the other side. And that is it for that. Super simple and so delicious. To go with it, I made some rice. I think it was chicken flavored rice. I made that in the microwave. I used the box directions. And then I also made some green beans to go with it as well. And it was a delicious Father's Day dinner. Monday night, I made some barbecue chicken legs. Chicken legs are just not like one of my favorite cuts of meat. I just don't like them very much, but they were cheap, so we are making them and trying a new way to hopefully get them crispy and delicious. I have sprayed these with some olive oil cooking spray all over, and then I'm seasoning them all over with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. And then I'm going to put them in the oven on 400 degrees for 25 minutes. Then when they came out, I turned the temperature of the oven up to 425, and then I coated them all over both sides with some barbecue sauce. Then I put them back in the oven for 7 minutes. They came out, I coated them with more barbecue sauce. They went back in for 7 minutes, and then they came out and I coated them with more barbecue sauce, and they went back in for 7 minutes on the 425. And then it said you could turn it up to broil and get the skin a little bit crispy. So I did that for probably about 5 minutes, got it nice and crispy, and then yeah, they turned out good. It was a lot of like in and out of the oven, but they turned out pretty well. I should have probably done them in the air fryer, then it wouldn't have like used the oven, but they turned out good in the oven. But I have another half of the pack of chicken legs, so I will probably try them in the air fryer next time. But to go with this, we did the little like pasta side from Aldi. It's like pastaroni, but the Aldi brand. And it was just as good as the pastaroni brand. It was just like garlic and herbs or something, or herbs and butter. I don't know. It was a good little side, and it was quick and easy. And then we also had some corn with it. Tuesday we did chicken quesadillas. So I just put some chicken breast in the crock pot, and then I seasoned it with some adobo seasoning. And then I had like a third of a jar of some green salsa from Trader Joe's that I dumped over the top of this. And then I put the lid on it, and it was later in the day, so I put it on high and cooked it for about 4 hours. Then at the end of the cook time, I just took my little meat chopper shredder thing and shredded up all of the chicken. And then just made some quesadillas. I've got a tortilla here. I put some butter on my pan. I put on some of the bitchin' sauce and the chipotle flavor. Delicious. Tastes kind of like the sauce at Taco Bell. So we love it on quesadillas. And then some cheese and the chicken, and folded it up and made as many as we needed for all of our people. And then to go with it, we had some chips and salsa. Wednesday night we had spaghetti, which is like a usual in our house, but we did try something new on the side. I just took a bag of frozen broccoli, steamed it in the microwave, and then once it came out, I dumped it in a bowl, put on some salt and pepper, and then grated on some fresh Parmesan cheese. And then we had that on the side of our spaghetti, and everybody loved it. I was just trying to try something new, because I always have salad with spaghetti, but everybody liked the broccoli, so we got a new thing to have on the side of our spaghetti. And then we also had some of these cheesy breadsticks, which are delicious. And for the last night of the week, the kids and I actually had a breakfast for dinner. Andy was out of town for a few days. He's back now, but while he was out of town, I was like, you know what? We can just have breakfast because that's something that he doesn't like, but the kids and I would eat like all day, every day. So I made us some omelets. Me and Lily's have ham and cheese and tomato. Elijah's just has ham and cheese. I have some sriracha on top of mine. And then we had some blueberry English muffins on the side with some butter. And it was delicious and super easy. We had been, I think, at the pool. Yeah, we were at the pool all day this day. So it was quick and easy to come home and make us breakfast for dinner. But that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. If you got some new meal ideas, let me know down below which ones you plan on trying. And leave me a smiley face emoji down in the comments as well to let me know you made it here all the way to the end. I hope y'all have a great rest of your weekend and a great upcoming week, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.